Whether you are here because you're a lawn care lover and you don't know what to ask for the upcoming holiday season, or maybe you are shopping for someone in your life that is a lawn care lover and you don't know what to get them, you're in the right place. So I'm going to take you through my top items to give or to ask for this upcoming holiday season. Keep in mind, this is going to be kind of in two segments. First, I'm going to go through kind of bigger items, maybe more expensive items. And then if you are just looking for a cheaper, maybe a stocking stuffer or just a smaller, cheaper item to give, but still be meaningful, something that they will still love and appreciate, I'm going to go through that right now. I also want to say I will leave links to every single item you see down in the description, and I will also try to indicate, for those of you who like to go shop in person, I will try to indicate which items you can buy in your big box store. First item here is actually an item that I use more than anything else that I own. I do. I use it every single day that I'm home, whether blowing off leaves, blowing off sidewalks, and that is my battery-powered Toro leaf blower. Now, you don't have to get the Toro. This is the one I have, and I absolutely love this. There are a lot of different battery-powered options out there, but a battery-powered leaf blower for somebody who is a lawn care lover will get used, in my opinion, more than anything else. Trust me. Next thing on the list here is actually this Gorilla Cart. If you haven't seen me use this in videos, I have used it. I have not done a review on it, but when I got this, my wife got this for me for Father's Day, and I wanted it, but I was like, I probably won't use it all that much. My yard is small. I use this thing way more than I ever thought I would. Carrying stuff around the yard, picking up sticks, just transporting things, and also if you have kids or you have grandkids or anything like that, we use this all the time just to put the kids in there and then go for a walk. We use this as our wagon. The only downside to this is that it doesn't have a brake. So if you're on a hill, it will roll if you don't park it sideways. But other than that, this thing is amazing. They come in 4 cubic feet, as well as this is the 7 cubic feet. This one's bigger. I will say I am glad I got the bigger one. It is pretty big. But the good thing about this is that you can actually pop this handle off, and then you can attach this to something and pull it. So if you have a golf cart or something like that, or a four-wheeler, you can pull this behind that. The next items, I'm going to give you two options, battery or gas. This is the Echo PAS 225. This is probably the most expensive item on the list. What this is an attachment series of a weed eater. So it has a power head here. Right now I have the string trimmer on here. I also have the edger attachment. All you do, take this off. You can pull off the string trimmer attachment and put an edger on here, or they have other attachments as well. Same thing with this Ego. This is battery powered. Right now I have the edger attachment on. Same thing, loosen this up, push the button, pop this off, and you can put on a string trimmer or whatever. I think attachment series with power heads and then different attachments is the way to go for homeowners. This is so nice, so convenient. Takes up way less storage versus having a dedicated edger, a dedicated string trimmer, and then they also have pole saws and hedge trimmer attachments and things like that. This would be an expensive yet fantastic gift to give anybody. So I think besides a mower, getting a brand new mower is like the greatest thing ever. But besides a new mower, I think a spreader as well as a sprayer are probably two of the next closest items to being just as satisfying, and so I want to talk about those. So the first spreader I'm going to tell you, I actually do not have it here, but that is the Echo RB60. I have seen so many good things about it, and so if you're on a budget around $100, that is probably going to be the spreader I'm going to tell you to get. It should last a good while. I don't think that it is built to last forever. However, it will last a good while, and I think you'll get some good use out of it. If you want to spend a little bit more money and get something that, if you take care of it, it will last you forever, I think, I'm going to tell you to check out the Anderson's Yard Star right here. So I've been using this spreader, and this thing is actually very well built. It's very sturdy. It's got very large tires on here that make it just very easy to push, very enjoyable to use. I would consider this right here one of the top homeowner spreaders. Now, you get into commercial spreaders. I do have a Spiker. I do have a Anderson's LCO 1000. Those are going to be significantly higher in price. Better built, because I mean you're paying that extra money, and those things right there are just so nice to use. They do hold more product. However, this right here will hold a full bag of pretty much any fertilizer that you need. And so this right here does a good job. I would recommend this spreader if you want to spend a little bit more money and have something that will last you forever. That being said, if you are interested in the best of the best, price is no option or no obligation to you. This right here is the Anderson's LCO 1000 spreader. This is an 80-pound hopper. It's got wider tires, so it's just easier to push, very smooth. This thing is awesome, but it is pricey. For a homeowner, I'm actually going to recommend the 50-pound spreader. So smaller version of this, very nice to use, very good spreader. All of these that I've mentioned right here will last you forever if you take care of them, seriously. Speaking of spreaders and speaking of spiker, I have this spiker handheld spreader. I actually use this way more than I thought I would. I use this on my park strips because it's easier to be more precise with where I'm putting the product and not get so much out into the street or on the sidewalk. And so for someone who has a smaller yard, has park strips and things like that, it's nice to have the push spreader. It's also very nice, in my opinion, to have something like this to use. This comes in handy way more than you think it would. Next item on the list is this My 4 Sons 4.5 gallon backpack sprayer. I also have the Flow Zone. This is the Typhoon. For a homeowner, I would actually recommend the Cyclone. The Cyclone and the My 4 Sun sprayer are very comparable. I like them both. I don't think you could go wrong with either one, but if I was gonna pick one just based off of my preferences and how it works and everything, I'm gonna take the My 4 Suns. I can guarantee you, if your person that you're buying for does not have a backpack sprayer, if you get them this and they open this up, they are going to be so pumped. If they do already have a backpack sprayer, I recommend getting one of the spreaders that I mentioned. And if those are out of reach, because they are expensive, I'm not gonna lie, but get them the battery powered blower. That'll be an awesome item for someone as well. But if all these items I just mentioned are a little too expensive and you want something that's a little cheaper, maybe you want something to, you know, stuff the stockings or whatever, let's move on to some of these smaller items that will also be a big hit. Real quick, I can't believe I forgot to put this in there because this is actually at the top of my list, and that is the Sunjoe Dethatcher Scarifier. I have used this in videos. I had to borrow it from a buddy, but this thing is awesome, and it is at the top of my list, and this deserves to be definitely at the top of the gift-giving guides. We talked about the backpack sprayer. Now I want to talk about what you put in the sprayer. So the first thing I'm going to show you are some of these smaller bottles. This is from LawnStar. You could use Simple Lawn Solutions or Next products. I'll leave links to all of these down below, but these things right here would be awesome stocking stuffers, these little bottles. I'm going to recommend the liquid iron. I will leave a link down below if you don't know what I'm talking about. The liquid iron is something that makes grass dark green. Anybody who loves lawn care loves a darker green lawn, so that'll be a great item. Also, even if you didn't get the backpack sprayer, you can also get these hose-in fertilizers. All you do is hook this to a hose and you're good to go. And if you don't get a backpack sprayer, that's fine also. You can still get these smaller items and then you can actually put it in one of these little hose-in sprayers right here. This is the Ortho Dial and Spray. These are about 10 bucks from your big box store or 10 bucks online. Again, you just mix the product up in here, hook it to your hose, and so every single person should have a hose. I'm not gonna put a hose on the list because every single person who loves lawn care should already have a hose. While we're on the subject of mixing up liquids, I'm going to put these measuring cups on the list as well. They come in different sizes. I have the quart size, I also have the half-gallon size, and then I've got this little guy right here that holds 8 ounces. And so these come in very handy whenever you're mixing liquids. If your person is using fertilizers or liquid products, which I'm assuming they are because they want to have a nice lawn, I'm going to recommend these gloves right here. These gloves right here are incredible. These are the best gloves that I have ever used that are, you know, cheaper gloves, throwaway gloves. These are awesome. So I'll leave a link down below if you want to check these out. Next up is actually the 2 ways that I measure my fertilizers and my other products. I use a luggage scale, and so whenever I measure large amounts of fertilizer, I'll put them in a bucket, and then I will just wrap this around the bucket handle and lift it up, and this will actually show me how much fertilizer I have in terms of weight. The second way is actually this right here. This is a food scale. I think I paid maybe $10 to $15 for this on Amazon. And then you put, you know, your product, whatever, in your measuring cup, and then you can actually measure out on here how much weight you have, and that'll tell you how much product you're using. These right here, I use these every time that I put something on my lawn. One of the most important things that you can do for your lawn is actually to cut it with sharp blades often. And so I have two items here. This is an impact wrench and an angle grinder. And so this right here, both of these can be found at Harbor Freight for very cheap. This one's from Harbor Freight right here. I actually got this one for free. This was a hand-me-down from my dad. Thank you, Dad. But this right here will help get blades off very quickly. You can also use it for other things like getting tires off your car, or if you need to change the brakes, anything like that. And then this right here is what you use to actually sharpen the blade. And so both of these items right here, I would say this definitely more important than this one, because you can take the blades off with a regular wrench, but this just makes the job 10 times easier and 10 times quicker. But both of these items, link down below, very important for somebody who is into lawn care. The next item I don't physically have here in my hand, but it is a gift card to Yard Mastery. If you don't know what Yard Mastery is a website for DIY lawn care individuals where you can buy all kinds of lawn care items for the DIYer. Fertilizers, that's where I get a lot of the fertilizers that you've seen me use on my yard. You can buy grass seed. You can buy a lot of other specialty items on there as well. Anybody who is a lawn care lover who got a gift card to Yard Mastery, they would be psyched. So I was going to put some fertilizers and things on here, but I figured, you know, a gift card to Yard Mastery so they can actually pick out what they want themselves would be way better. My soil test kit. Boom. This is going to show you what you have available in your soil. It's going to give you recommendations for products to use to kind of amend your soil to get it to where it needs to be. You can buy a single pack just like this right here. I believe they're around $25. Or you can buy a pro pack that comes with two of those and a soil probe to make it easy to get the soil out of the ground. Very nice to have. Very, very good gift. And then I don't physically have them here, but by the time you're watching this video, I will have them, and that is hooded sweatshirts. So the shirts and the hooded sweatshirts, I have limited sizes, so email me if you want one. Tell me what size you need, and then we will go from there. This right here, Lawn Whisperer swag, probably going to be the hottest item of the holiday season 2020. I don't see any other thing that is going to top this. When I'm out mowing and I don't want to listen to the sounds of my mower, which I oftentimes do want to listen to the sounds of my mower, but if I don't, headphones come in really, really handy. So for an over-the-ear option, I like these noise canceling Skull Candy Crusher wireless. These things are awesome. And then for an in-ear option, I actually really like these ISO tunes. They come with different little knobby thingies, different sizes to fit your ear, and then they just go around the ear and sit in the ear just like that. These things do a really good job of not canceling out the sound of the mower. You can still hear it a little bit, which I like in case you hit something or something goes wrong. You can still hear it, but you can also hear your music really well, and you can take calls on this. They're very nice. Code Lawn Whisperer 10 will save you some money on the ISO tunes.